Let's talk about lying. I'm against lying. And I know that that's a quaint statement to make at this point, but I want to hear the truth from our politicians, even if it's not good. But not all lying is created equal. Lying about, I reduced the deficit, when in reality, you reduced the rate at which the deficit was growing. Okay, I mean, listen, these are lies. They're provable lies, but it's very different than the pandemic is under control. It'll go away soon. No one will die. We will have few cases. Donald Trump cannot and will not stop lying about coronavirus. And this included, and it continued when he announced the national emergency for coronavirus on Friday. A national emergency for something he said 2 weeks ago was nothing and would be going away. No, he announced it at a White House press conference on Friday. And one of the things Donald Trump announced was that Google is making a national coronavirus testing website where you can type in your symptoms, follow a flowchart process to be told, do you need a test, and then be directed to the closest testing location to go and get tested for COVID-19. Let's take a look at what Donald Trump said, and then we'll look at what the truth is.
I want to thank Google. Google is helping to develop a website. It's going to be very quickly done, unlike websites of the past, to determine whether a test is warranted and to facilitate testing at a nearby convenient location.
Notice that Trump even interrupted his lie there to say that other websites weren't developed quickly. He was referring to healthcare.gov, the Obamacare website. Again, just obsessed with Barack Obama, even as we're in a national emergency. Now, the real problem is Google had no idea what Trump was talking about. They had no idea Trump was going to announce this. Trump even said Google has 1,700 engineers devoted to this project. It was all a lie. First of all, Google's doing nothing. Alphabet, which owns Google, has a unit called Verily. Verily is working on a triage tool for coronavirus testing meant to be for healthcare workers in the Bay Area who may be exposed in the process of working to treat coronavirus. Google immediately started getting a flood of inquiries and questions when Trump announced this. They had to put out a statement that included clarifying, quote, statement from Verily, we are developing a tool to help triage individuals for COVID testing. Verily is in the early stages of development, planning to roll testing out in the Bay Area with the hope of expanding more broadly over time. Trump can't stop lying. Remember that in the Oval Office address last week, he said we're shutting down all travel from Europe. Turns out U.S. citizens and U.S. residents can go back and forth. Wasn't true. Trump said the Europe shutdown includes cargo and trade. It didn't, but it still rocked the markets. Trump said insurance companies were waiving copays on coronavirus treatment. Turns out it was only copays on coronavirus testing. The man cannot stop lying. It is life or death for many people. It appears that Donald Trump has put not only Mike Pence in a position of power in this entire fiasco, but also Jared Kushner, who knows absolutely nothing about infectious disease or pandemics or public health or outbreaks. He just knows nothing about it. We're dealing with bad people who are also incompetent and are in way over their heads. How would you expect garbage in, garbage out? How would we expect to get anything but garbage coming out when everything that is being put in is garbage by people who don't know what they're doing, are in over their heads, and seem to care more about optics and elections than actually preventing death? That's the bottom line. I want to give a quick shout out to one of our sponsors, Vincero Watches. They're giving my audience 15% off your entire order when you go to davidpakman.com/watch. Maybe you don't usually wear a watch and you've been thinking about looking for one to elevate your look, or you've been thinking about replacing the one you have. Check out Vincero. It's an American company. All of their watches are built in small batches from high-end materials. They look amazing. And they look like something you'd spend a lot of money on, but every Vincero watch ranges from $150 to $300. I went on their website and picked out the Kairos in white and silver. Really love the look, the combination of the white face and the beige band. Really love this one. They also sent me the Kairos limited release gold reserve set. Totally different style. This one would make a fantastic gift for a couple people I can think of in my family. Anytime you see me wearing a watch on the show, I'm wearing a Vincero watch. Go through their collection. I know you'll find something you like, and you'll get 15% off when you go to davidpakman.com /watch.